Welcome to Clade. We're so excited that you're here. I want to give you a little overview today of some of the basics to get you started, and then we'll have further videos that explain some of the more advanced content in here. So to get you oriented, this is your inventory. This is where you'll have your list of all of your dahlia varieties and some basic information on their height, their color, how many of them you have, where they're stored, etc. And then as you proceed to do specific tasks like dividing your tubers, taking cuttings, planting them, you're going to go over to these modules across the top. So for example, if it's planting time, I'm going to primarily be working out of this planting module instead of the inventory itself. It's nice because then you can segment off your work and you don't have all the fields in the tool showing at all times. If I go back to the inventory, when you first get started, you're not going to have anything in here, and you can get tubers in here either by importing them if you have a spreadsheet or maybe some emails where you purchase the tubers, or you can add a variety here. You can type out the name of your variety, and you're going to see that the height, bloom size, color form, and ADS size will oftentimes auto-populate from our Clade database. And you can fill in additional information that maybe only you have. So where you got your tuber from. And then we have a drop-down list here of all the suppliers that we know of. You can say how many years you've grown it, where your location is, etc., how much you purchased for. And then you can add an image if you have an image. When you save that, I already have this variety, but when you save that, it'll be added into your tubers. Now, speaking of images, if you want to get images, if you already have them, you can upload them. But if you don't have an image, for example, this is aubergine, I don't have my own photo. If you click this magnifying glass, it'll take you to an image search online. You can always take a screenshot here. This is one from Pinterest. I'm just using this for my own personal information. So I have that screenshot. I can go back to aubergine and I can upload that screenshot right there. So that would be the quickest way if I didn't have images of my tubers to get images into this database. You can see it's a few clicks, or you can wait until you take photos yourself this year. And then if I want to change anything once I have the tubers in here, I can just click into a field and change it from within this screen. Another thing to note is that you can filter your inventory. So if you want to see all of your anemone forms, click on the filter and you'll be able to see just the anemones that you have. This is really helpful when you quickly want to search for something. You can pull it up by any of these fields here. Or alternatively, if I clear my filters, wanted to search for something specific, so that cafe au lait that I added, I can search here and I can see I actually have cafe au lait and cafe au lait royale. So that's the basics of using the inventory here. And we talked about the modules across the top. I want to also show you, if you go to the settings right here, you can hide any field in any module that you don't use. So for example, I'm just a hobbyist and I don't sell my tubers. I'm going to probably hide the number sold, the selling price, number for sale, because I don't need to use those. If I need to use them in the future, I can always unhide them. This is also helpful to use if you want to fill out a certain field in mass and you want to focus on it. So you can hide a bunch of your fields. So if I just want to update my number of tubers, I can hide a bunch of fields. And that way, if I take off my filters, I can really quickly go through and edit my number of tubers for a lot of varieties since I've hidden a lot of information I don't need. And then you can always just show it up again. The last thing that you need to know when you first use Clade is about some of the settings. So if you click this icon here, it's going to pop open the side menu. And Later, we'll learn a lot more about reporting, the catalog, all of these pieces. But you're going to want to go to Settings. And under Preferences, this is where you set any drop down you have, as well as how many rows you want to see in your inventory and what size you want the image. In particular, you're going to want to build out under My Colors, which colors you like to use. And then under Locations for planting, for storage, and hybridizing, you'll want to fill out your locations. And that's it. That should get you started on Clade. Start tracking your dahlias and off of whatever spreadsheet you're using today.